What is going on, Nitro Gang? Happy Friday night to everybody. It's been a week full of turmoil. But there's one thing you can count on. When you see a two-speed outside of a car, that means hybrid over here is going to try to put it back into the car. Can I get a hell yeah for that? Let me wait a little while till viewers come in here in the stream. Let me say hello to the early birds. We got Andrew Pope, John Hensley, Jim Palazzalo. How you guys doing? Who else? Geo Mac is here. I got a nice little package from Geo Mac this week. I appreciate it. Regarding the HPI Nitro Monster King. More on that in a different video. GTA, how you doing? We got Jason Zoltan, Rusty RC Nitros. Happy to see you guys. Now, let me first talk a little bit about what I think is going to go down here today. To bring you all up to speed, RC, how you doing, man? To bring you all up to speed, Jay Crespo, one Rossman 2000. Happy to see you guys. You might remember this particular Nitro. This is the Ofna CD3. I've done about maybe one stream on it so far. And major developments have transpired over the past week. Major developments. And I am deep, real deep in the two-speed baby in my hand. Real deep. And as some people like to say, if you're not deep, you're not even in it. And when I joined the Nitro Gang, they told me, you have to go deep, bro. And that's what we're going to be trying to do here today. Anyway, title to this video is a little bit, well, there's a lot of smart people watching this, okay? So my question to you is, what do you think I mean by a classic Traxxas Nitro fire-up? What does hybrid over here mean by that? Because really, there's magazines with names that like I know people don't even know. What is that? XRC cars? Wow, that is very, very rare. RC Adventures, man, happy to see you here. Happy Friday to you and your family, of course. We might take a look at some of these in a little bit. I actually have. Mark Nugent, how you doing, man? Happy Friday to you. Just trying to talk a little bit about the options we got going on, and then I will begin to actually get down to repair business, okay? This week, Nitro Pimp, how you doing, bro? Happy to see you here. Good guess on the Nitro Hawk. Unfortunately, I do not own a Nitro Hawk, but maybe one day. If you go one step above, well, newer rather, I should say, you could probably consider that, you know. Anyway, let me give you a little bit of an update on this Ofna CD3. You guys might remember from last week, I had a massive issue with the carb. Luckily, I got good friends in proper ethical places in life. People that actually try to help people out because they like to do good things for their common man. I appreciate that. And my buddy Ben, he's usually here in the streams later on, gave me a Megatech M16 carb. I've already fitted it. The issue is, after I fit the carb, I realized we got ourselves, well, I pretty much knew what the case was, but it got even worse. This two-speed assembly it's real chewed up. Real chewed up. Was actually watching a show recently. I'm not going to get into it. It's a little bit depressing, so forget about the show. Basically, it wound up talking about a guy was in a coma for about half a year, and nobody brushed his teeth. Exactly. And his teeth wound up falling out. So it's pretty much tragic. I don't know if that happened. How you doing there? Hi. That's just the username. What's up? Hi. I don't know if that happened to this particular two-speed baby. It looks like nobody brushed the teeth on this one either. Okay. Nitro Pimp, I'll let you know. What really matters is the tooth count. Now, you guys might remember when I got this chassis in, it came with a couple parts. Now, there does happen to be one spur gear. I'm not sure which one it is, or if these, in fact, are the originals. But the whole thing needs to be disassembled anyway. This first second gear rather. This is the second gear. The larger one is the first gear. It is real crunchy. I think the one-way bearing on the inside needs to be completely redone. But for now, Nitro Pimp, we got ourselves a 42. Oh, we got Wonder Bread, the pioneer of calling me hybrid. I appreciate that. I really do. You know, I was just watching, anybody here watch Marcus Bagwell? You remember the guy with the hat? Buff Daddy, that was his name from the NWO, WCW. Yeah, he was basically talking about, I don't know if people care about this stuff, but, you know, I do have interests outside of Nitro, obviously. I'm a well-rounded individual. I could write essays with a very good content. I don't even need AI, okay? Nobody even knows what's true anymore. You read the news online, it's all fake AI. Just read a statement. Apparently, they said Eminem said something. I guarantee you Eminem did not say anything. All right, we got John Doe. How you doing, bro? We also have only RC Nitros here. Happy to see you guys here. Anyway, let me continue. Enough with that jargon. If you guys want a quick little look at these magazines, I guarantee most people here don't have it. Extreme RC Cars was one of the rare magazines from this generation. So this is a little bit, this is, let's see, July 3rd. Nitro Rustler 2.5, Schumacher Fusion. So they had a lot of good stuff here on the cover. This particular one is very old. The cover is falling apart. It's so old that they're referring to the RS4 Pro. That's the very first electric model. That's right. Let me go through a couple other ones just before people show up here, and we'll get to work, guys, on the two-speed assembly. Now, I'm quite convinced whoever also assembled this engine made a massive mistake. I'm gonna have to pull the engine, unfortunately. I've done what I can do. What's up there, Boosted RC, bro? Happy to see you here, man. Hope you had a positive and healthy week. Whoever put that engine inside did not do a very good job. I think it obviously has ripped apart many of the gears. You could see right here as I get close in. By the way, could I get a hell yeah for my fingernail? Guys, if you go back to my streams like years ago, you will see I have the world's worst fingernails. All right? But guess what? Nitros and nails are becoming great again. Let me answer a question here from, oh, we got Monty Kriska. How you doing? From the username Hi. He goes, hybrid, have you seen the 3-speed Rovin transmission? You should try it out. So hi, I actually did have a friend a while back. Well, we're still friends. It's not like, you know, you never really lose them. It's just, you know, people have things to do in life and they move on. It's all good, man. There's no, you know, no hard feelings. But I did Jim with a finger, hell yeah. But for real, guys, I had like the world's worst nails. If you go back, you know, all of us, some people have real bad habits. Mine was like, you know, messing around with my nails, like cuticles. It was real disgusting. Not good at all. I tried everything. The only thing that worked is repairing nitros at all times, okay? So for that, I say, hell yeah, and I am grateful. Thank you, RC, for fixing my disgusting habit over the years. Anyway, question about the Rovin 3-speed. To be honest with you, I find the gas engines don't really need more than a single speed. Even a 30cc Rovin of any kind will easily spin the wheels. You're going to get like close to 40 plus miles an hour. You know, the reason nitros generally have a 2-speed assembly and a Savage has a 3, let's say, obviously you like to hear noise. As Nitro Pimp says, you want the noise, you want to do the thing. Okay, we all want that. Michael James, what's up, man? Happy to see you here. Honestly, Rocky Mountain Bashers, hell yeah to you as well, man. Personally, I believe single speed gas engines are very good enough for me. I know I hit over 40 miles an hour with a stock, you know, basic Rovin on like regular pump fuel. I wasn't even running really good fuel at that time, without even massive tuning, and the wheels were already destroyed. So like, what's really gonna wind up happening, you know? But it really is all about the final drive ratio. So, you know, if you want to go faster, you just need to get taller gearing. But I really do appreciate the single speed in gas models, to be honest with you. So that's kind of like the thing. You know, I know drag racing in the Baja classes, they do use a 2-speed, right? Because, yeah, you know, there it really, really matters. When you're up against people that, you know, you're literally counting hundredths of a second, yeah, you will get a slight gear ratio advantage to get closer to top speed. But in, like, you know, for average bashing scenarios, I think it's not really a thing. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me do a quickie through the rest of the mags. And Whirly, how you doing, dude? Whirly is restoring a Kyosho Stadium force. Bro, that's extra sickening. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I got a little surprise for you. Whoa, what is that? It's not a Stadium Force, but it's a Kyosho Ultima. All right, Kyosho Ultima. I mean, it's basically in the same class, so you know what I mean. It's all good, man. It's all good. But making Nitro great again, no matter what. Let me do a quickie look at some of these other ones. Maybe I'll cover some of them, maybe not. So we got this one. Next up, we got... So this is a much newer one. I know many of us have collected the older generation mags, but in fact, very, very few people. Lionel, how you doing? Very few people have anything that's 2010 and up. This is 2016. So pretty much, you know, by this point, the magazines are extremely thin. There is still nitro in it because this particular mag was not embarrassed of putting the word Nitro on the cover. What's up there, Just Joe, man? Happy to see you here. Happy Friday to you. I'm just going over a couple things before I get to the actual repair. Let's go to the next magazine. This is an old one. June 1999. I don't think I've ever even read this one, to be honest with you. Sickening. Next one we got. So this is also a newer RC car action, but at this time, they still were having a lot of good articles. 2012, I'll do a quickie flip. I don't know if it really matters at this point. But yeah, they got fuel. They got not fuel. You know what I mean? They got, yeah, this is basically the domination of the Slash generation. When the Slash came out, you could say bye-bye to Nitros, you know, on the popular segment at least. I remember when the Slash was released, yeah, Slash, the Slash short course segment was basically king. Oh, Boosted RC, bro, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm actually, I have a little something exciting I might unveil later. So thank you for that super chat from Boosted RC always. Oh my God, hold on a second. Do you guys see what I see? Bros, that's the Works B5 engine. You know I have one of these, right? Dude, I don't think I've ever seen a Works B5 in any magazine so far. Works is some of the best. Real sickening. So special thanks to Boosted RC. You guys, he's actually been to the RC track with me many times. For the new viewers, you know, I always invite viewers to come out and go RC. In fact, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, half the time I show up to the track and like there's people there and they don't tell me who they are, but then they're like, oh, you're hybrid. You invited us. And I'm like, oh, awesome. Let's hope I have some camera space to record some videos. Literally sickening. Happens like half the time. Melissa can attest to it. But yes, Just Joe, I actually have like, I think 3 of these, right? I had to do a couple sales over the years, you know. Hobby ain't gonna fund itself. But let us continue. We could take a look at these later. This is literally still back when RC car action had real good stuff and nothing. I mean, not only LiPo batteries. Now it's basically only LiPo batteries. All right, my dudes, let me go to the next one right here. Just interesting. Oh, we got Ben. Ben, I was just showing the Works B5 in a magazine. You might have to go back. B6. The Works B6. That's right. That's right. That's right, Nitro Pip. Nothing wrong with rotating Nitro. Sometimes that's what a guy got to do, you know what I mean? You can't possibly have them all, but if you have enough good friends, then you can actually do videos on all of them. Get it? Because that's how it works. Trevor, bro, thank you for that. Let me read the super chat from Trevor. Trevor said, just got a Blackjack 55 and another 55-inch race boat. Holy moly. Those are the large-scale gas boats. We have actually a NitroGang boat VP, Lotus RC. He's not here right now, But if he was, he would basically drool right now. I know he would drool. All right, Ben wants to see those other engines. Let me see if I could locate them actually, because I was basically randomly flipping. Now let me see if I could find it. Well, that's gonna be difficult. Hold on, let me just show it, because let's see. Oh, yeah, like I was. Hold on, before I continue, guys. Before I continue, let me just show you. I know a great viewer, Joey Nitro RC. You guys hopefully are subscribed to him. He's over in the UK. Recently did a video on Hobby King lipos, and guess what? You're looking at on the left side over here. You're looking at Hobby King. Turnigy. Anybody here remember this brand, Turnigy? That's right, Wonder Bread. Joey's a real positive, ethical dude. Very, very important, okay? He's not going to piss you off either. Anyway, I'm a good friend of his. I actually had this when they came out. So this truck was, in fact, right here, you're looking at it, $145. iFly, man, how you doing? $145. I had it. I'll be honest with you, I have videos on it. The first little jump I took killed the diff. That was, so this was literally almost the size of a Slash. I mean, it's a little shorter, right? But it was still quick. It could still do 3S. And that was how it was, man. That's right, Hi. I agree. But, you know, there's a place for electrics also, you know, in the garbage. Let's not be too negative. There's a place for everything in life. Some of it is like, you know, in the garbage. It's all cool, man. Just joking around. I have electrics too, but obviously way, way, way less. But yeah, I had this. And, you know, I did like one basic jump on it, and the diff was toast. And good luck getting parts. There were no parts. So after that, I was like, guys, I'm not going to be messing around with this no more. And I was like, listen, Nitros, they're always going to be around. So I'm good with that. All right. By the way, guys, Nitro Pimp released a classic video this week, today. You have to go watch it and see the end. Because he did something that only a true NitroGang member would do. Okay, let's go to the next little mag quickly here while people here show up. Trevor, that's right. You got to have like a nice 8S armor. It's all good, man. You know how it is. In life, you sometimes have to experience pain in order to know what pleasure is. Unfortunately, I'm referring to the armor's pain in this case. But in reality, you know, any overpowered RC you know, there's a risk of that happening. That's what it comes down to. Oh, by the way, anybody here remember Traxxas used to make a drone called the Traxxas Aton. It was very unpopular. Very unpopular. All right. What do we got? We got the Low C5T here on the cover. I know my friend Just Joe bought one recently from A-Main. Get it while you can. Anyway, we're going to continue to the next issue of RC Driver. It's just a little bit of an interesting conversation, I think, in my opinion. So this is the year. Let me tell you what year it is. 2015, right there. 2015. And you guys know, basically, HPI was toast at this time. So this jump shot is like, I don't want to say nothing really too bad about it because I never had it. But it's a basic, you know, brushed whatever. I got nothing negative to say, but nothing great either. It's like one of those average cars. Oh, look at that. They're using Turnigy nanotech lipos in this. Let's see. So as I flip, it's basically all going to be electrics. Oh, I think I have this. Hobby King, the Devil Drift Car. Hold on a second. I think I still have this. Guys, Hobby King literally used to have sickening stuff. And, you know, when you got their stuff, you knew it was cheap. But it's like one of those gambles you had to take, you know. Let me see. I think I actually have that one. Oh, no. This is a much better one than I have. Yeah, I have a much cheaper one. This is a pretty in-depth one. Let's do a quick flipperoo, and we'll see. But I do have a Hobby King drift car. Don't care about that. Yeah, I can honestly say I had this one. This one is actually quite impressive. All aspects, man. How you doing? That and Mads RC, how you doing as well? Let's see what else we got. Any nitros? Yeah, you could see at this time period, they're going mostly electric at this point. It's quite depressing, actually. I'm hard pressed to find anything interesting in this magazine. It's not sick at all. So this is the HPI jump shot. Not really popular at all. I don't think I've ever in life seen anybody with it. Like, it has never happened. But let me do a couple more page flips. Oh, they have tack on. This is basically the years where a lot of electric started to come out. Well, I shouldn't say started to come out. They were already out. Yeah, so this was the end of Novorossi engines not long after this. Sickening. Oh, what's that, everybody? The world's most, I would say, uninteresting car magazine. I don't know why I even subscribed to this. You know, long ago, yeah, I like car magazines, but like literally every article they have is like a car very few people could actually afford to daily drive. But if you guys want to take at some look at 2013 car and driver, I can do that. Actually, I believe 2013 was a good year for cars. What do you guys think about that? Was 2013 a good year for cars? I think for me it was. Let's see. You got some cars that very few people could actually daily drive. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that at all. Yeah, so far, like, you know, no common everyday cars in here. This is basically cars that they give to journalists to drive, and then like they parade them, right? Like, any of these cars, they're not daily common cars. So pretty much uninteresting. I'm not gonna sit and read about the different generations of Corvettes. Oh my god, a Mazda 6. Okay, we got a little bit of action here. Mazda 6, baby. Let's see what they got. Mile per hour. 21,000. Price as tested. Mazda 6. I think it was a complete failure, this vehicle, in fact. Complete failure. 0 to 60, 7.9. It's pretty adequate. I honestly don't even want more than that. All right, let's put this away and get to talking. Maybe later on I'll do a couple magazine stuff, but I really need to get into the reviews. I shouldn't say reviews, but into the work. Into the work. So thank you guys for showing up. All right. By the way, the Classic Traxxas Nitro I was referring to is right there. The Traxxas Nitro Sport. Let me read a couple comments here. I know I've been kind of talking for a little while. Let me read a couple comments, guys, and we'll begin to work on this Ofna CD3. So we got a question here from RC. He goes, would you recommend one of the Rovens as a first fit scale? The Shorty Baja looks fun. I would have gotten something like the Savage or the USA 1. Honestly, man, I would say stay away from the Shorty. I would not get the Shorty. I have a video on one. Just so everybody here knows, the Shorty Baja is in fact like about only 3 to 4 inches shorter than the regular Baja. It has a different steering setup. Parts are much harder to get. It's a different chassis in general. Fuel tank is in a slightly not safe area. I would highly recommend a regular 30cc or 29cc Roven for you. Trust me, I've driven the Shorty Baja. It's literally like 3 inches shorter. That's about it. All right, so let's do a little quickie conversation on the Nitro Sport. And maybe in a little while, actually, not maybe, but 100%, I'm going to go fire this up. Who here wants to bet it will be a fire in a hole within 3 seconds? Okay, well, maybe 3 is a little aggressive. Maybe you give me 5. I mean, what do you think about that? Some people haven't seen the Nitro Sport. It's basically a Nitro Rustler that's cheaper at that time period. There's a couple massive differences in that compared to a Nitro Rustler, actually. A Whirly Bird goes into Nitro Sport, it will start. Yeah, classic Pro 15 engine. So the bad thing about that particular one is actually, I know the old owner used top fuel. So when you use top fuel, you get yourself a top problem. Make sense? Okay. All right, guys. Enough talking. Let's continue to the Ofna CD3. So I'm basically going to have to disassemble all this right now. I do have a couple parts, but it's not everything. Yeah, once again, I'm going to respond to Hi over here. For your first gas RC, like, trust me, get something that, like, a lot of people can help you with. And a regular Roven Baja or King Motors, it doesn't matter. I'm not an affiliate for them, so I'm not giving you any kind of biased advice, like, at all. Trust me, bro. You know, it's a really good chassis to start with. Lasso Kid, man, happy Friday to you. Honestly, the Shorty Baja, it costs more money. For what purpose, I have no idea. It has a smaller engine. It's not as fast. Those off-road tires it comes with, I actually don't like. Oh, John Hensley wants the Phantom engine and clutch in a Nitro Sport. So that's going to be a situation. Well, that Nitro Sport is stock. I'll keep it how it is for now. You know, I don't really, honestly, I don't like to swap engines in cars. It always creates an issue. You know, a lot of these flywheels, they're pretty much proprietary for what they are. It ain't that easy, especially with Traxxas models. They use a lot of, like, unique engine mounts and stuff like that. Let me see. So here is some of the parts I got with it. So I do happen to have one spur gear. I don't know if this is the correct tooth one, so I'm going to keep it out right now. And let's just start digging into the trans, okay? That's basically all I can do at this point. You guys could see okay or what? All right, so far, just to give you all a better look, I had a question earlier. What is the difference between this and an LD3 and a CD3? It's a different chassis layout. I think the CD3 has the engine on the right side. This is the LD3. Basically a Nitro TC3 clone in a way. All right. So I've cleaned what I can. The diff is normal. I can remove the diff. The diff seems to be in good condition. It spins relatively okay. There does seem to be a good amount of oil inside. The main issue here is the two-speed assembly. So I think what happened, and I'm going to have to pivot this around a little bit. It's a little bit tough to show on video. I'm going to zoom in on this, everybody, in a little bit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this particular engine happens to have a boost port. It's pretty unique. Anybody notice anything weird over there from this angle? From this angle when you're looking at the engine? Anybody notice anything weird? And I think this was a main contributor to the issue I have right now. In fact, one of the engine screw mounts was missing. Right there. That is not good at all. So now I'm convinced whoever installed this, it wasn't me, did not do a very good, clean job. And I think that is why you could see this spur gear, about half of it is destroyed. It might still run, but about half of it is destroyed. You know what I mean? So that wasn't me, I promise. All right, guys, let me put this in the distance here a little bit. And I'm going to start disassembling this two-speed assembly. Now, I'm following a manual. Also, I did discover one other big issue. I'm going to pull out something from this baggie, okay? And I guarantee you it's not illegal. Everything in this bag is 100% legal. Guys, I was just watching a movie before the stream. It was called, you know what? I forgot what it was called. So I'm going to have to go to the YouTube channel where I watched it and figure it out. It was called... But listen, what was the name of that movie? It was, I forgot. Let me change. Andy, how you doing, man? South Central. That's right, South Central. You guys want to see my watch history? I got nothing to be embarrassed about. I'll show you right now. You want to see my watch history for a couple of videos? It's legit good, man. There's nothing bad going on here. Who here wants to see my YouTube watch history? I got nothing to hide. I'm not a hider. I'm not afraid of the cops, you know, pulling me out. Today in the morning, there were like some coppers by the house. It's all good. I looked around, looked outside. I was like, hey, how you doing? You guys want some orange juice or something? I hate orange juice, but you could have it. Guess what? They weren't there for me. So I got nothing to worry about. All right, let me show you my YouTube history. Ain't nothing funny going on about it. It's pretty much straightforward stuff. So here we go. That's us right now. We are live. That's the Schumacher Big Six short. Of course, you gotta, you know, watch a little bit Monday, Monday WCW Nitro. Am I right or what? You gotta watch Scott Hall. Okay, that's when television was watchable, in my opinion. We got some Maven. You guys remember Maven from Tough Enough? We got Maven. That's right. Bad guy. That's, you know, when I can't watch modern wrestling. It's disgusting. Piss me off. Can't be doing that. We got South Central from 1992. Great movie. Super great movie. Let me see what else we got. Okay. The next one's up. We got How Wrestlers Eat Clean. Very, very important. Guy, basically, this is Buff Bagwell from the WCW. You know, former name Buff Daddy. You know, his basic advice is when you eat McDonald's, only eat the meat. I mean, I've been doing that for years. For years, my dudes. Then we got, you know, the rest in that case. Then we got the Ford Flex. And we got some crime shows. Hybrid over here is getting educated. My dudes. Right? Sickening. All right. Let's continue. That's right, Nitro Pimp. That's my watch history. Nothing bad going on here. It's all legitimate stuff. All right, so I have something bad that I said I wanted to show you guys. And this is something I've actually very rarely come across. It happens to be in a bag. Who wants to take a guess? All right. So this is part of the assembly. The brake assembly, right? From this particular chassis. I'm gonna spin this around slowly. I'm gonna spin this around slowly. That's right, Lasso Kid, man. I'm gonna spin this around. Anybody notice anything weird with it? This is the brake hub assembly from the CLD3. So this is normal. You know, the brake cam is good. There's little springs over there. You notice the brake liner. The brake liner is toast. That's the brake liner right there in between these screws. It's just very old. It's deteriorated. I wonder if the brakes will even still work without the brake liner. So the brake liner is totally toast. I looked this up. I mean, this is like a $20 item now on eBay, at least. So that's the material. Look at that 1080 HD zoom on this right here. Sickening. Yeah, but the brake liner is toast. I have the part numbers here. I'll look them up later on eBay, but it ain't gonna be pretty. It ain't gonna be good at all. But so far, that's the first bad thing. Not awesome at all, actually. Yeah, Lasso Kid goes, you need a liner, otherwise metal to metal. Yeah, I mean, many models do use metal to metal. It's not that weird. But in this case, if that's the way it was made, I know Kyosho uses the brake liners also. It is possible to make them, but it ain't going to be easy. Oh, John Hensey, thank you, bro. He goes, could you put that Phantom 12 engine in a new RC10 GT? You know, this particular one, John Hensley and everybody, no, because, well, this particular model is the rear exhaust model. The RC10 GT would need a side exhaust if you want to use the side exhaust, you know, header that it comes with and the exhaust pipe. So you're kind of limited. I would say one of the big issues with older engines is the exhaust style. Rear exhaust, it's good, but many older non-performance type cars used side exhaust. And the RC10 GT is one of those cars. That's the issue. Nitro Pimp here built an RC10 GT. He could actually tell us the issues he ran into. You guys can go to his channel also, see his build. It's pretty interesting. All right, let me continue. So all of this is disassembled. I got a new carb. And the compression is quite good on this. Clutch bell spins free. It's smooth. Let's dig in. All right, so I have the manual pulled up with the 2-speed assembly. Let me see where it is. It's somewhere in here. But I'm quite devastated about the brake liner, to be honest with you. That's a real bad thing with the brake liner missing. All right. So here is the assembly of the 2-speed. It always helps to have the manual because you know what the factory part teeth are. So it says right here we should have a 38 and a 42. A 38 and 42. So I'm just going to start digging in. You know, oh, we got Ofna in here. How you doing, man? Disassembling the 2-speed trans in this Ofna CD3, bro. Prod by Civvy God. How you doing? Okay, guys. So I'll refer to the manual as I see fit. I have it like you know, pulled up. But let me just go to our current chat. Come on, guys. That was a couple interesting things I just showed you. Gotta get a hell yeah for that. And make sure to give this stream a thumbs up if you can, please. That would really help a brother out. I don't know how. But, you know, today everyone is out there chasing those stupid clicks. I'm not out there chasing clicks. But the thing is, you know, there's like fear of missing out type of stuff. I don't want that. Okay, so gotta disassemble this. So we're gonna begin with the C-clip. E-clip, rather. I need to get my Traxxas E-clip tool. Give me a second, my dudes. I got to get my Traxxas E-clip removal tool, wherever it is. Anybody know where I put it? Oh, thank God I found it. All right, Jim with a positive hell yeah. All right, so I'm just going to begin like disassembly. You know, there's nothing else I could do. Just got to take it apart. All right, so this is the Traxxas E or C-clip removal tool. Pretty convenient. Basically just goes like that. All right, boom, there you go. See how easy that was? As the old commercials used to say, so easy a caveman can do it. So if you didn't know what that is, that's the E-clip removal tool. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start just lining up the parts from left to right. Ray Coral, man, how you doing? Thank you for that super chat to the channel. It goes, good Friday night hybrid. Thank you, man. You too. To bring you and everyone else who just joined, I'm disassembling this 2-speed because these gears are extra destroyed. Also, as I spin the second gear, there is a good amount of crunching. Whoever assembled that engine did not do a good job. I'm going to be straight with you. They did a bad job. All right, so let me go. We're going to start disassembling this. All right, so we got a couple shims, a couple bearings. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lay them. All the stuff I disassemble, I'm going to go left to right, that way. All right, and this is a spare gear I have. I'm not sure if it's actually the correct gear or not. 2 bearings. Okay, yeah, regular bearings, nothing crazy in that. Okay, so we got a big clip over here. So this actually you need a special tool for, but I should be able to remove it with enough power. This is going to be a little tough because this is like a massive ass one over here. Yeah. This is not really designed for this kind of removal. Now you need like the spreader. This like what is this tool called? People in the automotive industry know what this is called. How am I going to remove this? Let me do this a little bit off video here for a second. Yes, snap ring pliers. That's right, snap ring pliers, which I do not have. I should be able to just push it out. It's not that easy. It's actually pretty tough. John Hensley, bro. Yes, snap ring pliers. Mr. Audio, what's up? Rossman, how you doing? Anybody have an idea of how I can remove this without the snap ring pliers. I've actually never come across this in a build like this. How could I remove that without snap ring pliers? I've just tried to like pry it open like that. There's no way. I can't possibly. I can't possibly do that. Anybody have any ideas, guys? I'm looking at the comments as you're chatting. Actually, 2 picks and 3 hands goes Nitro Pimp. Sickening. So Melissa's currently reading a book. She refuses to lend a hand. That's right, everybody. She's on like chapter 7 of a book right now. She just refuses to stop reading the damn book. You heard that? It's okay. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to just like spread it apart. Pin one side down with something. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. But it spins. Oh man, this is actually pretty tight. It's real tight. It's not an easy fit at all. Let me think. Gotta think, everybody. I didn't think this was gonna happen. I need to spread it open, maybe with a screwdriver. No, it's not gonna work. It's too. That's not gonna work. There's no way this will work. Yeah, I gotta be careful not to stab myself. John Hensley, even tweezers. It's actually real hard to spread this. This is like some hardcore. It's on there real hard. You can see that I'm actually applying a good amount of pressure. It's barely moving. I might have to order some tools. Jim goes large blade screwdriver. I just tried that. I cannot get it in there. No, this is not one. I might have to order some snap ring pliers. This might have to be a stream for another day. Let me see. I'm gonna think about this. There's gonna be 2 of them, so yeah. Woogie Nitro, how you doing, man? He goes, you got to have two tools. Any chance secure the piece and then go for it. Yeah, that's true. You need one to like just hold this, I guess, right? Steady, and then you can use something to pry open the other end. Dude, usually they don't use these kind of snap ring washers. Well, snap ring, they're not called washers. Let me go to Amazon. That's what it probably has to come down to. So what are these called? Snap ring pliers? Damn it. Snap ring pliers. Probably gonna have to order a set. Yeah, so about 20 bucks. Am I gonna be able to spread them apart? Yeah, so this is basically what you get on Amazon. Yeah, I don't want to stab myself. That's the problem. That's what you get on Amazon. I might have to order it later. All right, let me see what I can do for now. I'm going to try relentlessly a couple more attempts with this, but this ain't going to do nothing. This is just pushing it back. Let me do this off camera, guys, okay? Give me a second. I don't want to stab myself during the video. That's not going to be good. It's going to be a bad look, as they say. Yeah, Ray Coral goes, Harbor Freight has a small set. So, unfortunately, the Harbor Freight where I live is, like, really the world's worst. I'm afraid of going there and getting my car stolen. And that's actually true. That's not even a joke. Nah, this ain't going to work. Keep trying. Yeah. I could try to just grab this way, maybe. Nah, it's not enough. I can't do it. It's biting into my fingers. Here, Nitro Pimp goes, take the Lincoln. Bro, that's going to be the first car they're going to jack. Come on, it's a black Lincoln LS V8. You won't see it anymore. I've hit a dead end for now. Nitro Racing Power goes, try 2 flathead screw. 2 of them, put it under the ring. There's like no space over there. It's a real tight, man. Let me just answer a couple viewer questions before I do stuff. We're gonna go fire up a Nitro. I'm gonna go and think. Hi goes. Oh, what's up there, ARC Nitro man? How you doing? Happy to see you here, bro. Happy Friday to you. Something about the Savage. He goes, is the Savage 5.9 still in production? It's out of stock everywhere. So yes, so far there are no new Savages being made because HPI had an issue with engine sourcing. But basically, if you see any kind of listing trying to sell you a Savage for like less than 600 bucks, it's like a fake website. There's a lot of those around. You got to be real careful. Tamar, how you doing? John Smith goes, get behind one end and work it out. With this Tarek, how you doing, bro? I'm currently at a standstill on this snap. What is that called? A snap washer? Snap ring washer. Let me try to see if another method will work. Guys, regarding the Savage, honestly, don't go crazy into like trying to get the newest one. I'm gonna be honest with you, bros. They're all the same, okay? You see the Savage I have right here in the back with that mag? The body of the new Savage fits that one. It's literally almost the same other than a couple minor upgrades. It's, you know, if you want a Savage and you can't wait, get a used Savage. Like, but make sure you get a Savage X. You know, it has to be the X model. You see the X in the chassis right there? It has to be the X. Only because parts are more common for them. But of course, you know, any Savage is good. I have older ones as well, you know, but Savage 25 is a decent truck. Savage X, pretty much any 4.6 is a good truck, right? But yeah, I wouldn't wait like too long and like try to get all OCD on the newest GT6 Savage. I have one, guys. I can like go in the basement and show it to you. They run exactly the same. It's no different, bros. It's literally no different. Think about it. You can get a used Savage. There's tons of engines for them. It's not a big deal. You could probably get it for like, you know, well, I would say 300 is a fair price around. The Chronicles of Mothman, how you doing? Goes, use a toothpick. So this is going to be real tough to actually get in there. It's... All right, I did a little bit, but it's not enough to open it. It needs to spread a lot more than this. Yeah, ARC Nitro here agrees. That's my good old buddy. Yeah, trust me, guys. All Savages, they're literally rated at the same top speed. Like, don't go OCD on trying to get the newest one. You're not going to be doing yourself a favor. They're literally all the same. All right, as long as it's like a Savage X. Oh, Canon stuff, man. How you doing? Long time channel viewer. He goes, I'm going to check out an RC store today in Kuala Lumpur. Hope to pick up a new Nitro today. That's outside of the U.S. I mispronounced it, guys. That's on the eastern hemisphere of the world. All right, but yeah, regarding the Savage, like, don't go OCD with like getting the newest one. They're basically all the same. What matters on a Savage is, like, you know, compression of the engine. Pretty much the same rules of any car you're getting. It's, you're not gonna be, you know, devastated or nothing. In fact, the older Savage is actually preferred by a lot of people. They don't have that many issues. Ray Coral goes, hybrid. Did you see that Kyosho vanning for sale on eBay? The Kyosho land jump. Oh my goodness, congratulations. You know, actually a viewer left me a comment about it yesterday on the Kyosho Integra vanning video. Told me to go look at it. So yeah, I actually did see it. Congratulations, man. That is a real sickening ride. Let me try again. Paige Smith goes, keep trying with needle nose pliers. I'm going to try maybe 1 or 2 more times. And then, guys, we're just going to go fire up a Nitro. I mean, listen, this ain't, you know, one thing lets you down, you go do something else. You know what I'm saying? Don't focus too negatively on it. You know, because before you know it, you could turn your negativity into something illegal. You don't want that to happen, okay? Like that situation that happened this week with you know, the situation. Nah, that's not gonna work. Nah, that's not gonna work either. Nah, it is real tight, guys. I cannot spread it. I'm gonna have to order those snap ring pliers, bro. This is not gonna happen, unfortunately. I don't know how else to continue this. There's no way I can remove this. This is trust me, it is real tight. I mean, I'm not a wimp. I know. I lift weights and shit, but like this is, I don't want to destroy this or whatever. It's real tight. So I think, guys, listen. Sometimes plans get made and then they get broken. You know what I'm saying? But right now, I need those snap ring pliers. This ain't gonna happen. And Melissa refuses to come help me because she's reading a book right now. Like, you can't, when a chick reading a book, you can't bother her, I guess, what can I do? Tamar goes, channel lock makes a nice set that's reversible. That's a good idea. I got to invest in some better tools. I've basically been using like hobby style tools, but this is not like an everyday tool you use in RC. You know what I mean? Like it's just not an everyday tool. That's kind of the situation. Oh, we got Rory Holler and Robin Sillaman. How you doing? Robin Sillaman, it's okay. I know you sometimes leave me kind of hater comments, but listen, man, that's your right, okay? And I still respect your opinion. I know you want the best. Maybe sometimes, I look like a chump, but what are you gonna do? This is literally just like real life right now, what can I tell you? I wasn't prepared. Stuff happens. I could still remove the engine actually, and because I'm convinced the gear mesh is bad. I'm convinced. So I'll still have to do a little bit of work on that, but it's all good, guys. I still got plenty of content I could discuss this. This is just one item, bro. Yeah. Hey, Ray Cole, it's okay, man. Sometimes you gotta call yourself a chump, people that can't laugh at themselves from the side or understand their mistakes in life, they're the ones that are really depressed later on and just unsatisfied. But, I'm not about that life. I'm about accepting praise and accepting punishment when it's needed. And that's all good. That's all good. All right. Terra goes, is this 2-speed cracked? So the problem is, no, I can't remove this snap ring. So you see there's like this massive black washer. It's actually really, really hard to spread. I can't spread it apart. I need to get the special snap ring pliers that will help me spread it like that. I might come back and try it again, but I don't want to like destroy the gear anyway. You can see I already, well, that scratch is not from me. Well, guys, I think there's still going to be a nitro fire up. So let's not get all upset, all right? Damn. Let me do a quickie on the Nitro Sport. You guys want to see the Nitro Sport up front? It's no big deal. I'm going to get to this eventually. All right. So this is the chassis I was referencing earlier. I think some people might not be aware of what this is. So we're going to fire it up, bros. We're going to fire it up. Yeah, I was actually talking to John Hensley about this earlier. So let me take off the body. This one hasn't been started in a real long time. Oh, man, sickening from Nitro Pimp. I appreciate that. We got those snap ring pliers coming in. All right, so I'll wait till Sunday with this stuff on the table. Good thing I didn't disassemble too much, although, well, yeah, actually did disassemble almost the whole thing, but whatever. I didn't know I was going to run into that. All right. Let me take this apart. Well, not really apart. And I'll show you guys quick the Nitro Sport. A lot of people don't know what this is. It's basically the cheaper low-end Nitro Rustler. Anybody here want to tell me what is different between this? There's I would say 2 main differences between the Nitro Sport and the Nitro Rustler. Anybody want to tell me the 2 main things? You can't really see it from here. 2 differences. What are they? So this one's actually real clean. We have the factory Pro 15, no scratches, All right, Page Smith is the first correct answer. He goes, half the chassis is plastic. Ray Coral goes, the exhaust. So, Ray Coral, you would be correct if you're referring to a newer Rustler, right? They have a different pipe and a different exhaust setup. But these were back when they were new. This is like the mid 2000s, I would say. Let me show you the main difference. The chassis. So, as you could see, unlike the Rustler, which is a complete aluminum pan chassis, this one is kind of half and half. Now, this kind of design, it was pretty common. In fact, many Nitro cars used to put the engine, which is, a heat generator basically, onto something aluminum for heat dissipation. And the rest of it was either carbon or, like plastic or fiberglass. It was usually fiberglass, right? So this is the main issue with the Nitro Sport. It isn't a full aluminum chassis, which, whatever, if you don't bash hard, it ain't a big deal. The other main issue, and, I don't know if this is actually an issue, but we have what is known as direct steering. So it's a simple steering servo setup right there, as I zoom in. The Rustler has a more advanced steering setup. Wonder Bread, we're going to fire this up right now, actually. Give me like 5 minutes. So we have a direct steering linkage, which is just a servo saver with 2 tie rods. It's pretty straightforward. The Rustler, I think they use the Ackerman drag link setup. Anyways, the steering on this is way simpler. It's kind of like a regular electric Stampede. What you just get like regular steering. That's it. Under normal bashing, you're not going to notice anything. On this side, it's pretty much like a regular Rustler. Oh, John Hensley, been a member for 20 months. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Gary, how you doing? So yeah, this one's pretty good. Shocks, just like a regular Rustler, nothing crazy here. We have electric start. This one, as you could tell, has really nice wiring. No issues, no leaking shocks. It's not an Arma. Hello. Clean Pro 15. Similar looking single speed transmission. In fact, it's the same exact trans as the Nitro Rustler. But the funny thing is, this was released about a year after the Nitro Rustler, but this chassis never got a 2.5. So if you know anything about the Nitro Rustler, you would know that the Nitro Rustler never got a 3.3, but they still make a 2.5. The Nitro Sport never even got the 2.5. They played our Nitro dirty, my dudes. Dirty, okay? All right, so quick little intro. Guys, what do you say? Should we go do a fire in the hole right now? Body pretty dope, actually, too. Look at that. Easy fit. I might consider selling this one in the future, by the way. So let me know. Oh, Gary got a T-Max off eBay. Sickening. All right, Jim goes, let's run it. Let's do it. Wonderbread goes, picked up a used Traxxas Hawk. So that's actually way older than this. That is the classic. The Hawk is their very first Nitro. All right, let me get ready. We're going to do a fire in the hole. I got to put some fuel, and that's about it. I'm quite confident it'll run well. Okay, guys, give me a second. I'm going to go set up. Oh. I think all my starting equipment is already prepared somewhere. So give me a second. Ray Coral, okay, man. I'm gonna. Did you email me? I forgot. Nitro snowmobile. Oh, we got Sandy over here yawning. How you doing there, kitty? Hey, Sandy. Guys, he killed the fly the other day. He caught the fly with his feet, and he killed it. Ray Coral, yeah, my email is just my YouTube username at Hotmail. So, just hybrid32494 at hotmail.com. Yeah, guys, he literally caught a. Oh, he wants to play. He caught a fly and he killed it. You know how hard it is to catch a fly? Thing is tough. Yeah, he's like a little mini tiger. Can't help it. I like to bother him, guys. I can't help it. All right, let's get ready. I'm gonna set up over here. Leah, how you doing? Good question. How did I get the 3.3 into the RS4? Gearhead, what's up, man? I could pull out that RS4 actually. It's a RS4 Pro 2. I bought it that way. I didn't install that engine though. So that's the issue. Let me get the fuel in this one. All right, guys, what do you think is gonna happen? Do you think it'll fire up quick or what? Yeah, I mean, it's real hard to get a fly and kill it. He must have stalked that fly for like hours. Damn, they make him so cute, but also so deadly, you know? It's sickening. All right, let me get some fuel in this. So I've recently upgraded, or should I say just, that's not really an upgrade. I'm pretty much a fan of this. 14% oil, you know, whatever. It's a little high, but the nitros seem to run real well with it. Plus, it's purple. That's sickening HPI colors right there. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna add some fuel. All right, it's about half a tank. That's enough, we don't need more. We're just gonna do a small fire up really, it's nothing crazy. By the way, I did some maintenance on this. I did install an air filter. It needs to be oiled, but whatever, it's okay for now. I know that the person I got this from ran Traxxas Top Fuel. It actually took me forever to get this thing unclogged. You know, forever, crazy amounts of heat. Yeah, Lotus with a perfect comment, he goes, easy to see in the fuel lines. Well, these aren't clear, but what are you gonna do? All right, guys, I got my electric start. We're gonna go outside. Got the radio. So this is still running the old AM radio. Let's just check it. All right. Included factory noisy servos, of course. Real noisy, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. All right, bros. You all ready for this? Fire in a hole or what? Let me take this. I'll take this. I'm not even gonna take a tuning screwdriver. I think it'll be okay, you know. All right, let's roll out. No tuning screwdriver, guys. Hybrid being real brave out here. Well, it's either brave or the other one. It begins with S and ends with id. Get it? That's a joke, everybody. All right. All right, my dudes, what do you think is going to happen? So I'm going to prime it. Let me know if you could see and hear okay. All right. We're going to have a fire in a hole. So I'm going to prime it quick. You'll be able to hear the tone. It'll change. All right. It's going to be a fire in a hole. 1, 2, 3. That's right. It's a runner. No throttle. Beautiful. Nice and rich. Can't kill a Traxxas. That's right, Tarek. No screwdriver needed. Look at that. Thumb is free. Not even using it. Sickening. Well, let her run a little bit. Later, Nitro Pimp Man. You have a good night. All right, my dudes. That's what you call a Traxxas Nitro. They fire up, baby. They fire up. They fire up. Yeah, this is basically like a slightly cheaper Rustler. It's Nitro Pimp Man. You have a great night. Fire in a hole. Fire in a hole. There's probably a ton of oil there now. Oh, a bunch of oil just leaked out. Look at that. Didn't even get up to its temperature. Sickening. What do you guys think about that? Can't kill it. Real clean. I'm gonna probably consider selling this one in the future, actually, because You know, I don't think I'm actually going to run this. I do have a nitro rustler that I do run. Extra sick. All right, let me turn it off. Always a good idea to make sure that the piston is not at the top. Guys, when you turn them off, Nitro Pimp Bro, super thanks for that massive channel donation. I appreciate that, man. Towards parts for everything else. Well, that works for me. Appreciate you, man. Let me just say what else. What was I saying? Oh yeah, make sure that the piston is at the bottom. Actually, I gave someone that advice the other day. They didn't know what I was talking about. So, you know, I mean, there's no noobs here really. You guys kind of know what you're doing. But listen, you know, sometimes you got to take things a little closer. So on this one, pretty easy. Yeah, so the piston is definitely, it was close to the top. I'm going to do one spin. Oh, crazy compression. Can barely spin it. All right. So when it makes a full turn, well, I don't want to say a full turn. When you start to feel the tension and then you've passed it, that means the piston is not at the top. You know, you don't have to be all the way at the bottom, but basically you want your flywheel to be loose, right? As people say, loosey-goosey. I don't like to use dumb phrases like that. But you cannot kill a nitro or this. By the way, another thing I do kind of like about these models, these fuel tanks, I know they're like average looking. They almost never leak, guys. They almost never leak. The springs that Traxxas uses on the tanks are, in my opinion, exceptional, in my opinion. We got fairly tall gearing on this as well, but the Nitro Rustlers is even taller gearing. So this one, I think when they were sold, they were rated for like 35, and I think it's achievable. It's achievable. 35 is super achievable, but a Nitro Rustler is well, with a 2.5, it's a completely different level car, right? This is lower end, so to say. All right, my dudes, what do you think? Go back inside and find something else to talk about? I got no problem with that, guys. In fact, I don't know. I got a couple nitros in this storage deck right now. Let me see what we got going on. This might get hairy, everybody. You might want to control yourself. Control yourself. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Nitro Pimp's actually been a long fan of the hobby. Not only my channel, you know, I'm just one guy, but he has a lot of depth of information. Dude, this shit thing broke. Oh, what do I got in here? Oh my goodness. Hybrid got a lot of weird stuff in there. Anybody see anything they like? Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? There's at least 2 electric remote start cars in here, actually. Both in pretty bad condition. That's why they're here. All right, Ray Coral wants to take a look at a Nitro snowmobile. Okay, you know what? For you, man, I'm going to go open it up. I'm going to leave this outside here for a little bit. It's cooling down. The cooling head is fine. Well, if a viewer wants to see something, we got to show it to them. You know what I'm saying? By the way, how are my grapes doing? I think they're toast already, actually. Oh, we still got like some mini grapes over here. Yeah, this was not a very good grape season. This, amongst the worst grape seasons, really, is a Concord. Nitro Pimp, man, you have a good night. And I know you're working on, I hope, a massive RC deal. And all of us want to wish you good luck. Let me take a look. Did someone eat my grapes? I like to eat grapes, my dudes. I can't help. Oh, man, we found the mother load of grapes. Don't worry, that's not pesticides. That's normal. Let me go take a look at some other stuff, and then we're going to go. What did I say I was going to look at? I forgot. There must be some tomatoes. We got some tomatoes, but they're basically already not doing too good at this moment. We already got some before, though, so. Oh, yeah, okay, the Nitro sled. Okay, okay, good point. Good reminder. All right, guys, let me go back inside. I'm going to block this for a second. And we'll take a look at the Nitro snowmobile. So I never actually built it, which I have to do. Hold on a second. Are you telling me Hybrid has a Primal MT in his living room? Because if that's what you're telling me, you would be very, very correct. Very correct. All right, let's go take a look at the snowmobile. By the way, either tomorrow or Sunday will be an extra sickening video. You're gonna meet the end of a Traxxas engine, actually, unfortunately. It's gonna be the end. I didn't want it to happen, but it happened. All right, guys, the quality should be okay now. I'm not moving around. All right, so the request is take a look at the sled. That's a synonym for snowmobile. Okay, synonym, guys. Anybody here use Microsoft Word? You know, when you have a typo or you need to do some crap and you got to use the word synonym? Well, the feature, rather. All right, hold on. Let me sit for like a minute. I still have like a good amount of leg and back pain, actually. Going to a chiropractor tomorrow again. All right, so we're talking about that thing right over there on the right. Let me get it. TC3 right here. TC3 gang. All right. Whoa. Can't really reach over things that well right now. I got like some real bad, you know, issues. But you gotta pull through. Yeah, that's probably my favorite TC3. Oh. All right, for those of you that love TC3s, that's how you get it done right there. That's right, Rusty RC Nitro. Let me back this up and we'll open her up. This is actually my favorite TC3 because we have ourselves a real nice OS 12 CVR non-pull start. Oh man, I got nitros all over the place right now. All right, so let me give you, so you know, the last time I pulled this out, I didn't build it. So this is actually a kit. It requires, well, what you would expect the kit to require. You need an engine, which pretty much any 0.21 and up size engine will work. I'm going to open it up in a minute. Those of you that want to see it, this is specifically for channel member and viewer Ray Coral. So these are pretty large, actually, when built. Do we get to open the box? Hell yeah, or what? Yeah, how many TC3s do I have? I don't know, I think 3 or something. All right, let me adjust the view. Sorry for that vibration over here. All right. So no, this is saying CBEC coupon for a rebate. They're not charging you $5 for the pipe. That's the rebate. They're trying to troll you with that, man. No, it's not actually $5. They're saying, let me give you guys a zoom in. They're saying the rebate is $5. Sickening. Who would do that? Who would do that? That's disgusting what they're doing to us. They're trying to trick us. I would never advertise like that. All right, yeah, so this is basically new. Oh, man, I have a lot of cleaning to do, guys. So this is going to be a thing. Sorry about that. Give me a second. My phone holder is all messed up. See, I got to check what time it is. We still have my buddy Tarek watching? Okay. Because, you know, there's stuff going down tonight. Well, so far, there's stuff going down, and I'm not in the lead. Okay. All right, maybe I'll be in the lead later. I can't tell you exactly what it is. All right, so we got the manual. Let me see. So basically, this is what it would look like. Sucks I couldn't finish the repair though, but whatever you're gonna do. Yeah, so this is brand new. You have plastic parts. This thing comes with a fuel tank. It's basically like a airplane style tank, brand new. Right, kind of like a clear airplane style tank. You want me to remove some of this? I could do it. I've done it before, but I'm just trying to make sure it's you know, good. All right, so we could take a look at under here. They have some real sickening packaging over here, by the way. I forgot how this opens. How's this open? This way? Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it's a big model when you actually see it in person. So it has to get built. That's the top of it. This is the plastic cover. Here you have, you know, basically where you would sit or something. Here we have fuel lines. So this has everything other than exhaust and the engine and electronics. But you have everything. You have the skis. You have the instructions. You have the tread itself. This is all basically plastic, but for comparison, why don't I put a TC3 next to it? So we all kind of have an idea. This thing is actually quite large. Okay, so if you look at the box from the top, you know, normally this is just like the front portion, right? So this thing is like, in length, I would say it's going to be almost twice the length of a TC3 actually, when it's assembled, because this is going to sit more further back. Yeah. Sickening. If you guys want to take a look at the instructions. Yep, when winter comes, it's going down. You know, when a channel viewer or member wants something, we make a deal. All right, so let me take a look at it. I'm going to close this up real gently. It's not that easy. All right. Move it back so people could see it. Let's see. I read some of it. You basically just need like any .21 engine. It's not that big of a deal. All right, so the instructions are not really that bad. I looked it up. So we have a parts list. That's literally what it has. So yeah, the thing is actually quite large. So what it comes with, these are all the parts. It has a really large proprietary flywheel too. We have the belt that it comes with. It has the engine mounts. These appear to be stickers done on cutout patterns for cooling. All right, so here's the instructions. You gotta get creative with this, I think you could say, you know. Toolin, how you doing, bro? Let me do a little zoom in. So, I mean, what does it say? I mean, assuming you build it, it would go like... Where's number 1? Oh, yeah, I moved to different positions. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, part 1 is over here. So it has number 1. It says Dremel tool with 2 bits required for plastic machining. All right, so that makes sense. Utility knife, Allen wrench for the clutch nut, all typical. Let's see. Okay, so here's the actual first assembly. Fit drive shaft through pulley flanges. I mean, it seems like there's no typos anywhere. So I would say it's not terrible at all. Let me continue. All right, so parts for carriage assembly. So it looks like you are getting the parts themselves. 9. I mean, the instructions are not bad, actually. So it's written in good quality English. Locate bearing on center of axle using needle nose pliers. Attach E-clips on axle. Honestly, that's doable. At first, I was like, oh my god, these instructions are not very good. But, you know, it's a kit that you build. Like, that's pretty much how it is. And, you know, I would say it's enough description. Here's the next couple pages. Let me zoom out a little bit to see what it would look like, really, for those people that care. I mean, it's pretty sickening, really. Here looks like that's the track itself, the rubber track. You're adding it. 24 on top says, place 2 large track pulleys together and insert on location under belt. I mean, it's doable, so it does have a monoshock. Clutch bell is included. Let's see, here they're using a Force 3.5 engine. So you do have a fuel tank that comes with it. And this is what the exhaust would look like. I guess you would set up your own exhaust. But essentially, this is how the tech would work. Let me show you the description here. And you have the skis in the front for steering. Essentially, what you have is there's the flywheel, and the flywheel is pulling a tall belt that is connected to a pulley that goes to the track. That's basically how it would be. Right here, this is some close-ups. So the engine assembly itself on the inside that's what it would look like. So pretty much any .21 size engine and 2 servos. That's it. It's basically, and the exhaust gets routed this way through the side. That's basically it. Yeah. I mean, it's set up like a real sled, essentially, right? And it's actually quite large, because this is just the front cover. This is just the front cover. And like I said before, if you put it up next to a TC3, you know, it's... Let me bring this back a little bit so you could have an idea on like the size in general. Oh, this thing don't want to stay. Don't want to stay put. On the size in general, you could see the width. The snowmobile is like almost twice as wide as a 10 scale touring car. Yeah, Gearhead Harvey, formerly known as JP's RC, guys, he would be running this real nice in the snow up in Canada. So it's quite sickening, actually. It's a pretty big one. There are models that they have that are clear. I personally do not want the clear. This is also not Lexan. This is physical, like hard plastic. Like hard plastic. This is not going to bend. They don't really say what scale this is at all. I looked it up. But assuming that the track of the length of the track, right, it's going to be longer than this whole part here. So it's fairly giant. Look at the rest of that part inside. You know, it's definitely not small by any means. So Ray Coral, bro, let's work on it. Yeah, the brand is called Art Attack. But I'm going to be here for a couple more minutes, guys, okay? Unfortunately, well, I mean, you know I have the pliers coming for this, and I'll be able to do the 2-speed. But until then, I'm actually kind of disappointed. Smiles Nielsen, what's up, man? I'm a little bit disappointed, honestly, because, like, I legit was going to run this tomorrow. So now I don't even know what model I could run tomorrow. That was the plan right here. Anybody recently had the McDonald's fish fillet sandwich? Just curious. I got one the other day. It's like they literally went out of their way to piss me off. But that's about that. Yeah, this TC3 is one of my favorites. What else could I say? I don't know really much else, but yeah, this thing is pretty dope. So also in the front, the skis, they do have shocks in the front. I mean, it's a pretty sickening deal. Oh man, guys, I went to get a fish fillet. It's like they really went out of their way to give me one from like maybe a day ago. You know, usually the fish fillet is like their top level sandwich. That's like the not cheap one. And usually those are the only fresh ones you can count on because like, no, not many people order that. Trust me, they did their job to piss me off. Sickening is really what happened. Okay, I remember what I was doing. Yeah, so I mean, this was my plan for tomorrow. But now that plan is canceled. I don't even know when I'm going to run now. I could run this TC3, but I've already done this on that. Yeah, Tamar, yes. My email is just like, you know, my YouTube username. So hybrid32494 at hotmail.com. It's like, that's pretty much it. Hybrid32494 at hotmail.com. It's my regular email. You know, no funny business. I'm not one of those guys that says, "Oh, you gotta send me to my business email." You know, you go on like Instagram or TikTok. Literally every other account is like, "Oh, for business inquiries, email me here." No, bro. There is no business inquiries. This is not a business for me. Okay, this is my hobby, and I'm happy for that. Business. Give me a break. Everyone thinks they're a freaking business owner of some fake Instagram account these days. I mean, if you want to run a real business, you do it. Not a fake Instagram account. That's right. Andrew Pope knows what I'm talking about. Even these stupid accounts with like 10, 15,000 followers, these morons, like literally, I only know because I watch some of the bodybuilder stuff. Ray Coral, I'm gonna put it into the chat for you, okay? You don't have to remember it. Let me load my own chat. The computer's going a little slow right now. That's what happens when you have 55 paid tabs open. Hybrid loves his tabs, guys. I love my tabs. Oh, yo mama ran the RS42 in a parking lot. Sickening. I'm going to put it right here. Yeah, if you guys noticed, I don't really do social media outside of like YouTube. It's honestly all paid nonsense, all of it. I remember even this one guy, honestly, like I'm friends with him on Facebook. He was such an idiot. Back in college, he was literally an idiot. He would never show up. He was a legit idiot. And, you know, now he's like, I guess, promoting a fake book on Facebook. Like a fake book. Like a book about like bullshit, to be honest with you. You know, like the law of attraction and how if you will it, it will happen. I mean, those ideas are not fake, but he's a moron, okay? I'll never like this guy. That's just kind of like what it is. He was like one of those guys that showed up just to get the attendance taken and then bail, okay? You can't respect people like that. But the reason is, you know, today everyone's trying to get their own stupid coupon codes out there to buy, so you buy their stupid supplements. You can't trust anyone in the fitness industry. All freaking liars. Anyway. But I put this back, and it's pretty much a sickening kit, actually. All right. Question is, how am I going to clean all this up? Guys, I've been talking about the fish fillets for so much, I might actually go get it after this video. I think it might have to happen. Well, let's hope I can close this up. Exactly. Oh, what's this? Oh, sick. Look at that. We got some hardware parts. I didn't show this before if people want to see it. So it comes with shock oil. That's pretty nice. These are the shock parts, obviously. I mean, it seems like a well put together kit, you know. Man, I want to pack this up. I'm gonna pack this up later. Let's see what else we got. This looks like the battery box. Oh yeah, these are the sprockets. So like you see what I'm talking about? The sprockets are hardcore. Let's see. Oh, you guys want to see the drive belt? You want to see the drive belt? Oh, iFly65. I know what you mean. Hardware. Oh, not too bad. They even have like a packing list for the hardware. You know, it looks like something out of like, you know, IKEA or something, but that's what it is. Inside here, I'm just gonna take stuff out. Oh, sick! I didn't actually know it came with a header. That's actually real nice. So it comes with a header. That's actually, oh, and this is like the MGT style header that has an O-ring on the inside. Actually, this, I didn't know it came with a header. That's a big deal right there. I might have said you need a header, but okay, so we have the tread now. Oh, let me see. Let me take out some other stuff. So here we have, oh, we have some hardcore bearings, and these appear to be body posts. Hood mounting kit. I mean, everything is labeled real nice, actually. All right, so the rest of you guys, let's see. There's a lot of stuff in here. Okay, so here's one belt. I don't know what that one is for, but here is the flywheel. So yeah, these things have, I mean, it's all like real nice milled parts. Engine mounts. Yeah, this is the flywheel. This is a hardcore flywheel. If you take a look at like a regular, this is a gear that I just took from the LD3. Look at how big that flywheel is. Yeah, because you need a lot of mass. This is a real thick-ass flywheel. Pretty good components, actually, too. Let me see. So now the tread. Yeah, this is the tread. Yeah, the tread is the size of the entire TC3. You know, for instance, this is the 2-speed assembly. Okay, next to it. You see what I'm talking about? This is a proper item right here. My understanding from the reviews I read, they said that this tread needs to be like broken in. It's obviously a little rough, right? Because it's in the box. Patent pending. I don't know if they ever got one. But yeah, it's a real rubber like tread. Like this is serious stuff. We got other stuff in here. Hold on, guys. Yeah, armor all. Yeah, we got some bearings. This is the clutch. Oh, sickening. Guys, I don't think I've ever seen this before. I find myself talking like Nitro Pimp recently. I don't know why. He likes to say guys a lot. I kind of find it real catchy, actually. It's real catchy. So this is the clutch. It comes with 2 springs. Notice there's space in the middle of the clutch for 2 springs, which the clutch bell is here. It's in this other bag. This is the clutch bell. So yeah, this kit comes with everything. You just need the engine, a pipe, and the electronics. That's it. You know, it's a complete kit. So the clutch appears that it takes 2 clutch springs together for extra sickening hookup, I guess you could say. I mean, it's a pretty proper kit, bros. There's a lot of stuff in here. And the rest of it is like, you know, shocks and different things. If Tarek is still here, he knows I'm waiting for something, but I can't disclose what it is. Last time I did that, somebody got it. All right, my dudes, I think unless you want me to take a look at a magazine for a little bit, I need to get a fish fillet. I am starving, guys. I had only basically like this healthy meal today. I think it was like some kind of quinoa bowl, you know, like quinoa. It's pretty much the ugly brother of rice, you know, but with more fiber, you know. I think we're gonna possibly call it a day now. All right, my dudes, I'm going to work on what I can do later, but like I can't run this anymore. Oh, Mark, how you doing, man? Ben, good night to you. I think I'm going to call it a day now because I have some work to do. And I'll see you guys next time. Remember, stay true, avoid fake AI posts, because now on Facebook, that's all there is. You can't even get a straight information fact anymore. It's sickening. You guys, take care. Melissa, open up the McDonald's app. Fish fillet.